Make a lacy knit baby blanket with this feather lace stitch pattern for the knitting loom, here today on Good Knit Kisses. Welcome to Good Knit Kisses. We're all about helping you stitch your love and love your stitches. Get the pattern at the link below, plus the yarn and tools you'll need. This lace pattern is worked over a series of 10 stitches, and it has a 4-row repeat. Rows 2 and 4 are exactly the same, and rows 1 and 3 alternate where a yarn over is located, and that's why I have this locking stitch marker right here. It helps you keep track of your rows rather than relying on just the paper. Now I'm going to actually put this one on the second peg over from this marked border or end peg here. So put this on right here. And then you're going to work your border. I'm doing a garter stitch border, and on this particular one, it helps me if I make my my knit rows to be E-wrap instead of U-wrap. But this main stitch pattern, I'm actually using a U-wrap knit stitch, and it's very loose. If you have a hard time making a loose U-wrap knit, then you want to make a traditional knit. So go ahead and work your border, and then I won't be showing the border anymore. I just wanted to mention the E-wrap part. So I'm going to work up to this marked stitch, and this marked stitch also notes that it should be a knit stitch here. So no matter what border you're working on, I recommend a knit stitch here, and that's because of this yarn over that moves. So it is a multiple of 10, and then you need to have one knit on either side of all your repeats plus your borders. Okay, so row 1 is worked over these pegs here, 1 through 10, and then I go ahead and lay down another stitch marker to mark the beginning of the next 10, and so on. You just keep repeating that. I'm just going to show you these 10 here. So we're going to knit the first stitch with a loose U-wrap knit. Okay, the next one is going to be a yarn over. We're going to have a few yarn overs on this row, and you can see that in the pattern notes as well. The next stitch is going to be, so this is going to be moved over, and so the next 2 stitches are going to be worked, so knit 2, and then we'll have a left leaning decrease. The left leaning decrease always needs to put the left stitch underneath the right stitch, and then we'll have a right leaning decrease, and the right stitch needs to go underneath. Okay, you'll see that in just a moment. And then we'll have knit 2, and then another yarn over, and then a knit 1, and that's how the row is set up, or this particular repeat is set up. So we need to move these stitches over, actually this one, and these 2 stitches are going to be worked together. So we're going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th stitch in, and then the 5th stitch. Pick that up and then put them both on the loom tool and set them both down on the 6th one. The 5th one. Set that down, and these are going to get worked together. Go ahead and move over the 3rd stitch over to the 4th, and the 2nd stitch over to the 3rd, and this leaves this empty. Now we want to work these next 2 stitches. So I've got 2 pegs here for an SSK. That's a left leaning decrease. Now I want a knit 2 together. So I'm going to pick this stitch up here and the next stitch, and we're going to set the right stitch down first onto this peg, and then this one. This is a little tight, so I'm going to place them back on here, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of slack because the row before, it's important that it's worked loosely, and I just want to show you how to make this a little looser. So you can actually loosen up on, you can loosen right here, here, and remember the bottom stitch was done first, and then that top stitch, and you can move these, and now we've got a little bit of slack to move them. So pick this up, pick this next one up, and place it. So we're placing it on the left, and then place that one up down. So the right is underneath the left stitch, and now we have an empty peg. We need to knit the next 2 stitches, so we have to move them over. That's 1 and 2, and now we have our next yarn over, and that's empty, and then knit 1, and that is the repeat, and then all these stitches will just be worked, and then the two pegs, just two stitches together on a peg, get worked together. You'll want to go ahead and move all of your stitches over in the next sequence. We'll do it one more time to show you, so you'll just continue repeating. So I've got knit 1. This is where this first one is done, and then these two are going to need to move, and then these two. So these two are going to get worked together. So this is, yeah, pick that up, pick this one up, and place it. So that's the left one on the bottom, and then the right one on top, and then move the next two stitches over. Okay, so this first stitch is a knit 1, then we have a yarn over, knit 2, and then we have an SSK. These two are worked together, and then these two, so we're going to be picking them up and moving the stitch on the right over. So if we need a little bit more slack, we can move these, pick these stitches up, place it, okay, and then move the next stitches over, and making an empty one. And so you just repeat that across the row. I'll show you how to work those. We're going to E-wrap, yarn over, and then knit that next stitch, and then knit the next one. So that's the knit 2. This is SSK, working those two together, lift both stitches up and over. The next one is that knit 2 together, lift both stitches up and over, and then knit 2. That's 1, 2, and then we have a yarn over, and then knit 1, and it repeats. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 2, SSK, knit 2 together, knit 2, yarn over, knit 1. And then you just repeat that and finish out your border. All right, so pause your video, work that, and I'll show you row 2. See you soon. Okay, we're on row 2. I'm just completing my border here. I've got purl stitches, and just a reminder, I did an E-wrap right before finishing out row 1. So we're going to work all the middle stitches between our markers for the borders. All of these will be a U-wrap knit. So that's really all there is to row 2. You have your border stitches, and then you have your U-wrap. So purl however many in your border, and then you're going to U-wrap knit. As soon as I finish holding that yarn to the back, I hold it with my loom pick while I'm knitting it over, and then I go ahead and wrap that next stitch. So put it back here, okay, hold it, knit over, and hold it, wrap the next stitch, lift up and over, hold it, wrap the next stitch, and hold, lift up and over, and hold. And that ensures that I have a nice loose stitch. If I get in a hurry and decide to just do this, you can see how I'm shortening and I'm not getting as much yarn as I would as if I went all the way back. Okay, so that is what ensures that the next row, when I start moving my stitches over, that it will actually happen. Now, you can also, so the yarn overs are nice and they're still open like this. However, if you want to have them even more open, like on this needle sample, you can see how really pretty and lined up these are. If you take the extra time, you can unwrap your E-wrap yarn overs and it'll have a more open stitch here. So I want you to see how open these are. And of course, this is a little stretched out, so I really can't show you all of it. But if you see how these stitches right here have a little bit of a twist to them, see where this yarn over is, and there's this twist, it won't have that in the if you unwrap them. So if you know where your yarn over was before, let's go back. If you know, say, that your yarn over was right here before, see how this is loose, okay? This was an E-wrap like this, okay? You can actually take that and lift it up and over and just make it loose and then work that stitch loose. Okay, so I know I just did that one, and if I want to do 2 here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, because these are my my decrease stitches, and then I have 1, 2. I know that this one was yarn over. There it goes. See how that is? And I can just lay this loosely here and then knit over here. And that will make it a lot more open. All right, so continue working along until you get to your edge and purl the remaining, and I'll meet you back up for your 3rd row. All right, so for our 3rd row, we work our border, and then you want a yarn over on the very first stitch. So go ahead and take this removable stitch marker and just pop it on over here, knowing that this round is where you're working the yarn over. If you have to put your work down, then you could turn this stitch marker around and really lock it in so it's not going to fall off, and it'll help you keep track of where you are. So if you're at this point here, you can actually work like maybe one of the repeats, and you'll know which round you're on. If your yarn is headed in that direction, then you know where you are. If your yarn is coming from this direction, obviously you're going to finish this row out and you've already got the stitch marker ready and waiting for you. So we're going to move stitches over. So the first one is yarn over. It's exactly the same as before, except we're just moving it over. The same sort of thing where we have 2 knit stitches, and then we have 2 decreases, 2 knit stitches, and then we have yarn overs on either side of that. So this will be yarn over, so we move this one. This will end up getting moved, and these 2 are going to be our SSK. So we pick that up. So we got 1, 2, place that on our tool, and place it on this marker here, or this stitch there, and then we'll move this one over and this one over, leaving room for our yarn over. And now we need to make our loom ready for a knit 2 together. So pick these 2 stitches up. I'm going to move the right one onto the bottom, and then lift that left one and put it on top of the right. So our pegs are set up for working together. And now go ahead and move the other stitches over. Okay, and so we're done with these 10 because now we have a yarn over here, and then we have these other knit 2, and then the next section begins again where this one moves in this direction. Okay, so you see you have a empty peg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an empty peg. It's the same way across. All right, so go ahead and work your row. Remember to do that yarn over E-wrap, because, or the E-wrap yarn over, because it gives you a little bit more yarn to make it open. If you only hold it just right in front of it, it's not going to look quite as nice and open like lace work should. All right, pause your video. When we come back, we'll work the last row. See you soon. All right, so the 4th row, you're going to do exactly as you did on row 2. You're going to purl your end stitches or your border, and then work a U-wrap knit across the middle, finishing up with your border stitches of purl. And that is all. So you just repeat those 4 rows. Don't forget your free pattern at the link below. Keep repeating those rows. Thanks for joining us today, where we help you stitch your love and love your stitches. See you again soon.